Why, hello. Welcome, one and all. I am averagezen, your host of averagezen Presents. Yeah, thank you for joining us. We are here once again on a casual Tuesday. Lately, that means we've been going into the play queue in the historic format. Just bringing along some decks we like to play, some brews, some just some lists that look like fun. Today we got a couple of home brews, although the archetypes are probably familiar to most. I don't know, we'll see what we can bring to these decks and kind of put our own little spin on them and how they do. Slightly less competitive format gives us a little bit more freedom to breathe and see if these ideas flesh out. Maybe they're worth expanding on. This is part of the process, for me anyway. So, if you're watching this later on YouTube, please like, subscribe, give us a follow on Twitch. If you're joining us in chat, please make yourself known. Say hi, how you doing? And, without further ado, let's, first off, I just want to get this out of the way. I haven't verified this yet. I haven't had really time. I've been a busy person this morning with family stuff. And, but I saw an article that I think it was either MtG Rocks or one of the gaming news outlets that I subscribe to that mentioned something about some bannings coming on Arena. That drop along with Foundations later today as of recording on November 12th. And so, I'm looking really forward to Foundations. Glad we're doing Historic today because I will definitely be tearing into my pre-orders here in a little bit. But, some weird stuff with Monstrous Rage, if the rumors turn out to be true, or they're like banning it in Alchemy. But it's like, I guess it's still fine in Standard. But I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. Like I said, that's unconfirmed at the moment. But, man, Mono Red getting it from all sides, if that's true. But let's go on and jump into today's decks. And let's talk about, this stupid thing. We can fix this. We have technology. There we are. We'll edit that out in post. JK. Nothing happened. We're back. And today we're doing one of my favorites. We're going to go ahead and get warmed up with my take on shrines in Historic. Some people like it. It's my cup of tea. It's very calming, I will say. It's very zen, to just be able to count on the fact that you're just over here doing your own thing. You're not really playing the same game as your opponent, if you'll allow me to elaborate. So our goal here is to get 5 colors and get all the different kinds of shrines down and survive in the process and protect our stuff. That's the goal. We want to ramp and have access to all 5 colors. So we've got a few ways of accomplishing this. Sanctum of All also is one of our main goals. We'd also like to eventually maybe find a Go Shintai with that Sanctum of All. That would be awesome. This is going to basically allow us to fetch up any other shrines that we're missing from our collection on the battlefield and fetch them out of the graveyard or, the library. Of course, not our hand because that's where we'd play them from. To get there and stay alive in the process, we got things like this that are going to drain our opponent's life. The Sanctum of Stone Fangs. Early gameplay, I like this. So that buys you some time if our opponents don't have removal for it. And speaking of removal from our opponents, I like Sterling Grove in this deck. You have to be careful with the decks you put Sterling Grove in because Shroud is not the same as Hexproof. That means it cannot be targeted, period. Not by you, not by anybody. And so this adds a layer of protection for all our stuff because we're not targeting any of our stuff. We're not trying to worry about that. If we were running something like Xur, in that case, maybe we'd cut that and find some other form of protection for Xur, because obviously Xur protects all of our enchantments. I could go that route. However, I think for our purposes, and sticking somewhat to the theme, we're just putting shrines out there and protecting our business. If our opponents get a little too much for us to handle on board, then we have a play set of split ups. So that's a recent addition from Duskmourn. In this archetype, I also like Overlord of the Haunt Woods, playing well with the domain on Leyline Binding. We've seen this work spectacularly well in Standard. And so what else are we bringing here besides shrines that are good? Well, we've already talked about Stonefangs. The other good shrine I would consider in the 3-drop range, of course, is the Fruitful Harvest to Manafixus and Rampus. We've also got the Infinite Rage, which is excellent. Note the shrines are all legendary, and I'm not running the other red shrine that allows you to pitch lands or shrines that you have duplicates essentially of in your hand for more damage. We're trying to keep this as hands-off as possible so that we can focus on building our board up rather than actively using our mana to do other things like cast Leyline Bindings, ramp ourselves with Overlord of the Haunt Woods, which is our only creature other than Go Shintai, which will make a whole bunch of other creatures. The one of fun of Go Shintai I like because of the recursion as well as the additional shrines it makes. I think if you're drawing more than one of these, you definitely don't want more than one of these. So, like I said, we can always, if we have everything all set up and we're ready to go and we need to go that extra mile and pull some extra stuff out of our graveyard, maybe other enchantments like Leyline Binding or, Spelunking or Vigorous Farming for some reason, or, get our Bitter Reunion, Sterling Grove thing going on. I like one negate in this deck if you happen to draw it. We'll call it our good luck charm. Mana base is actually pretty cool for this deck because most of our permanents are legendary. Plaza of Heroes is a workhorse in this deck. Not only is it allow us to use 1 mana of any color among legendary permanents you control, then it also has that 3 mana tap and exile it, and a target legendary creature gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn, which notably the only legendary creature we would have is Go Shintai of Life's Origin, which is going to be able to bring all of our stuff back. It's kind of like the Protect the Cleric in a D&D party idea. The Cleric can keep you all alive, so protect the Cleric. So think of it like 4 more copies of Sterling Grove essentially for our most important piece, should we be hitting our opponent's board wipes on the receiving end. Mana base, we're all over the place, mostly because I don't have 4 copies of some of the older lands. I'm playing a lot of Brawl, so I have a lot of one-offs. So, not great, but the good news is most of the shrines are, if you'll note, uncommons. And so this deck this archetype is very, very popular if you're looking for a budget format. And you could easily take this playlist or deck list. I guess that works. Like I said, if you're watching on Twitch right now, you can type !deck. If you're watching this later on YouTube, just check out the description below. It'll have a link to our Untapped GG page with the deck list and all of that. And like I said, you can adapt this easily to a budget format, especially if you already have the lands, which you might have a lot better selection than I do. But the idea is simple. We're trying to get, because we're running Spelunking and Vigorous Farming, we don't mind running too many tap lands. However, we also do want to get off to an early start, especially up to 3, to get this Sanctum of Fruitful Harvest going on, or at least some form of ramp. And so, we're running green and white primarily on our dual lands. I like the Surveil Lush Portico here first, if possible, or we can even do a tapped shock land, because you'll note we don't have that 1-drop white mana shrine. I've played a lot around with that shrine in the past, and while it is great at handling a wide board, it's not as efficient as just using a split up in this case, or any other sweeper of your choice. So whatever you think works best. World Tree here for mana fixing, and yeah, just at your discretion. Let's get into it and see if we can pray our way to victory in Historic. I am looking forward to Foundations today. Alright, our first opponent, Lord MX. I'm not hearing any audio. Oh, it did it to me again. There we go. Much better. I mean, you still won't hear it because crazy reasons. We've discussed this before. Don't worry about it. You have the music. You have my sultry voice. And we don't have any white mana source with all these white mana cards. Okay. That will not work. Okay, this is somewhat better. If we draw a land, we're great. We get rid of, I think, the negate in this case, because we have the Sterling Grove, and we can play the Sterling Grove up against some life gain, I assume. Oh, okay, the Overlord of the Haunwood's not a bad draw here. Let's enter tapped. And I guess we're shocking in the Sacred Foundry unless we get something else spicy mana-wise on the draw. Alright, Boros. Another Sterling Grove. I don't mind that. Yeah, we're going to pay 2 life and go ahead and get that down. Hey, that's essentially gives everything Shroud. If we get that down. But I don't know if we live. Oh, come on. Alright. Well, might as well. In for a penny, in for a pound. Come on, lands. Don't do this to me, Shuffler. You're getting started already on me. I see it now. Our opponent down to up to 4 lands. What are they going to grab, you wonder? A forest. Nice. I've been working on an elemental deck. I've been wondering what colors to do it in. I was thinking green and red. I'm playing around with one in standard probably tomorrow on Ranked Wednesday. Alright, I don't know if this is the right choice here, but we don't have another land to play, so let's go ramp, plan, and hope we draw into something very nice, like a split up at this point. I don't think we're gonna survive, but okay, well, that's 3, 4, 5, 6 exactly. Next turn, we can dig for an enchantment, but I don't think we have one that's going to do the trick here. Maybe we should, good game. Maybe we should think about maybe doing a temporary lockdown. Maybe we could have dug for that with Sterling Grove. That does make Sterling Grove's multiple utility there a little bit better in that scenario. We didn't need the double protection. What we needed was a board wipe. And temporary lockdown would have done it. Let's think about this. Does that mean we run less split ups? I think so. I think we go one less split up, and then we can use the Sterling Groves to fetch temporary lockdown as needed, because I hate getting flooded with temporary lockdowns that just are dead cards because of the board state. Alright, let's try it like that. Our opponent has taught us a lesson, and a lesson we will use to our advantage. Alright, up against Boss Cone. Now I want ice cream. Alright, speaking of the split up, and we have Sanctum and Sterling Grove. Just nothing in between. All of our support and top end. But we got to keep this. We have even the mana for split up. And Zagos Triumph opening, not bad. And we also have card draw in the form of Bitter Reunion. So, I think this is acceptable. Alright, Zagoth Triome, and we pass the turn. I like our opponent's City Brass sleeves there. Alright, you know, if we do this, we can go ahead and get that Sterling Grove down. We're not in a rush to play the split up, and for all we know, Alright, well, let's go ahead and surveil. I think, let's look at our hand. We don't have a blue, yes we do have a blue source. Okay, so yeah, let's put that into the pile. And that's fine. Now we have split up online as well as leyline binding. Oh, we're playing a fellow Alright, well, here's the thing. That's not a creature shrine, so let's go ahead and get rid of that because that's damage. And let's have that enter tap. I'm glad we have that Sterling Grove there. That really gives me some reassurance. Most of the time you worry about things like the leyline binding or other enchantment-based removal. It doesn't stick necessarily. But we've got some protection here. Alright, Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Alright, now we have a Scattered Groves. Very nice. Let's get some card draw going. What do you say? Alright, we're taking two. That's fine. It says, you may... this is why I like Calm Waters better than most. I'm not so much worried about the haste at this point, and we can always get Bitter Reunion back later should we draw into Goshentai. This is a 3-cost anyway. I think we just mess up our opponent's mana fixing. Alright, that's fair enough. Alright, let's see what we draw next turn with Sanctum of Calm Waters. Maybe our opponent will extend their hand now that we tried to with the board wipe. Oh, they have a Sanctum of All. Very nice. Okay. Well, that... But do you have Sterling Grove? Yes, we will take that action. And we will discard the temporary lockdown. We can't cast our Sanctum of All yet, but we can next turn. Now, thanks to our Sanctum of Fruitful Harvest. So if it's a If it's a shrine race they want, we are winning. We will pray and pray until we win. We're praying so hard. Oh goodness, now they got devils. They sensed the righteousness of our prayers and they said, you must die. Alright, so what do we lack here? Yes, let's take that action, see what land we draw. I think we get rid of the vigorous farming at this point. And we have green, we have white, we have black or red there. We have a lot of green, white. So we have, we need a red, I think we need black. Yes, that was the correct decision. Now we have a Sanctum of All. We have a land. Let's surveil. We've already got one of those. Thank you. He says he's got a Sanctum of Harvest here for you. No, thank you. Tell him we've got one already. And next, in turn, and now we can start gaining some life back, assuming our Sanctum of All is around at the beginning of our turn. Because we are definitely going for the Sanctum of Stonefangs at this point. Alright, we're taking damage. 3 to the face. We could search it up with Sterling Grove here, but I don't see it. And we need to start dealing actual damage to our opponent here. Very good. Yes, we will draw a lot of land, apparently. Don't mind the Plaza of Heroes here. Actually, let's keep that breeding pool and pitch the Indatha Triome. Let's go white mana. Go ahead and play our Goshentai of Shared Purpose. Plaza of Heroes is the way to go. And in the turn, yes, we will pay. Thank you. Now we have 1/1s. How about that? Oh, are you thinking maybe board wipe time? Because those devils will hit us still. We don't have hexproof. 1, 2, 3. No. Alright, well, we have blockers. Hopefully this buys us some time. Alright. To our face, they say. Respectable. And now... Oh, that's unfortunate. They're even. Well, alright, we're even. Search my library. I think we could use Honden of Infinite Rage at this point. Let's go ahead and get some more life back. Yep, we'll draw some cards. We'll discard another Sanctum of the Fruitful Harvest. Once again, we have some already. Let's go green. Do a Spelunking. Lost Portico is fine. We'll take the extra Sterling Grove. That will enable us to draw off of it. Yep, let's go ahead and pitch the Stomping Grounds. Oh no, it will pay. You know what? We'll pay 2 life. Let's live boldly. We'll do the other Sterling Grove. Breeding Pool, pay 2 life. Activate this Sterling Grove that we have 5 mana available. Let's go Goshentai. And yes, in the turn with the Plaza of Heroes up to protect our stuff, namely Sterling Grove. Well, no, I guess it can't target Sterling Grove, but whatever. It will be able to protect Goshentai. Unless our opponent has the Mill Shrine here off the top. Ugin, they say. That is unfortunate for us. We do 6 or more. Alright, well. I think we're okay. Alright, we got to stretch our mana as much as we can here. Let's go ahead and go Shintai. Infinite Rage. Yes, please. And Sanctum of Calm Waters. They say good game. Alright, I think that means that we're toast. Of course, we'd get into a mirror match our first game. This has been a good game. Alright. Nice. We'll see. Show me. Yeah, I guess that's 3 games. That's 3 damage there. Good game. But you know what? Take this. Do you have a counter? Oh, I'll let you get it. Alright. Oh, and they got the stone fangs on top of it. Nice. Alright, I don't feel too bad about that loss. We did admirably, but we were up against another Shrines deck, showing off the power of Shrines. It was a war of Shrines. I don't have Ugin in my deck, because I'm not that kind of player. Do I play Control? Yeah. Do I put Ugin in my Shrines deck? Yeah. We have. I've been quoting Spider-Man a lot lately to my son. With great power comes great responsibility. Alright. I would like this hand more if we had some red mana, but I think we'll get there with spelunking and or vigorous farming. The World Tree also helps. Eventually. That's definitely a play now situation, and then we slap in Breeding Pool next turn. And our opponent doing some ramping as well. Alright, we will pay the 2 and hope we draw into a land to throw down with spelunking. It was not the case, but we don't mind seeing a fruitful harvest here. Oh my, it can't be blocked by knights or walls. We might be in for it. Let's pay 2. Just for the lulz, I guess. Yeah. Elder Gargoyle. Oh my. Okay, well, we have to get rid of that. Let's go white mana. Main phase Leyline Binding. Just so they don't have the green mana up for a possible heroic intervention. Alright, and we can still Leyline Binding something else. I think we have to at this point. We're at 11 life and they have a 5. Yeah, so we're on a 2-turn clock as long as this guy's out. Ouch. Okay, opponent, you've really set our clock back here on you a few turns. Oh my. Okay, well, we're in a little bit better shape here. Let's go. I think we need a black source. He said, okay, yes, that was the right call. I hope. Now maybe we can stabilize. Alright, well, as we take a third of our life. Okay, we will search our library. Do we live? That is the question. This is a case for running some of the creature shrines because they do something on the end step. Let's go green. Overlord of the Hauntwoods not impending. Because we need a blocker like yesterday. Alright, and how about an infinite rage as well? That will gain us a little bit more life on our upkeep via the stone fangs. I'm not sure what... Rabid Gnaw. Ow, no. Ow, okay, well. So at the beginning of the combat, they'll get the counter, then they can attack for 8, 9 exactsies. Ah, good lord, okay. That was another game. That was a game right there. We could have used those split ups or temporary lockdowns. We had fun though. Didn't seem to find them, or our card draw shrine. It's okay. We still got to do stuff. Just a little bit behind the curve. Let's go in again. Even when I fail with this deck, it still feels like a race. It doesn't feel like we've been completely shut out. Alright, well, I don't like that we don't have mana for the split up right away. However, we do have double green for the Overlord. And Bitter Reunion on 2. And we can use the Plaza for Sanctum of Calm Waters as well. I like that. And the Overlord will make us a white mana source. Still need one more though for split up. That is one of the issues with the double white removal. Alright, so let's go Triome, Zeatora. Okay, well, don't know what that was about, Bird, but good game. Must not have drawn a land. Must have kept a questionable hand. We would never do that. Not in this house. Alright, man. Let's see if we can sneak in an actual win up against Boom KD, our next opponent with the Teferi avatar. I like Kaido as our avatar here. I feel like, you know, a ninja praying at a shrine, that's a thing. Probably, I don't know, I'm not a ninja. Alright, well, this is a decent looking hand. I don't know how I feel about having Goshintai right off the bat, but, you know, at least if he sticks around to be making shrines. Would like him to stick around in case we need a parachute, so to speak. Alright, what's going through your head, Boom KD, right now? With these sick Tyvar sleeves. Alright, we have a duplicate shrine already. Down goes the Triumph. That was enough last turn to have our last game to have our opponent say nope. Alright, well, this can come in tapped as well. Okay, now I'm torn. If we draw a land, I think Spelunking. If we don't draw a land, I think Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Up against blue-white control, maybe? Life gain? No, I don't know. Cool Islands. Very Blade Runner meets Star Wars feel here from the Plains artwork. Alright, boom, KD. You have more lands than us, so obviously more choices. And yet they thirst for discovery. Drawing some cards. And then, will they discard a basic land? That is the question. Or are they going to set up their graveyard here for some kind of Azorius Oculus play? What is it? An undercover operative, huh? Okay. Yeah, that will be pretty useless against us. Okay, so I think we go Haunt Woods since we didn't draw land. I don't know, our opponent's like, oh, Overlord, No touching. Alright, so we do have double white now, notably, because of the Everywhere land. Spelunking not a high priority at this point, except there's yet another form of card draw and kind of continual ramp in conjunction with all the card draw we'll get from Sanctum of Calm Waters. Alright, we have a trainer, a human soldier, and a Giada Font of Hope. Okay, well, let's shock this in as a flex. Do Sanctum of Calm Waters. And I guess Leyline Binding Giada? See if any of our stuff gets blown up. If so, we can get it back with Ghost Shintai. They're all enchantments. And I think we have Urborg now. Borrowed Time. Okay. On our Draw Shrine. Or the Binding. You want your Giada back? This is fine. If you spent your turn doing that, that's fine. Yeah, you're gonna take our guy. It's all right. He did his job already. Overlords, so good. All right, yes, we will draw one card and discard that. Let's go. Goshintai, and hope they don't have a second Borrowed Time to follow up. Entirely possible. I've seen stranger things happen with the Shuffler. We would love to draw Sterling Grove at this point, with what we know. Or a Leyline Binding to get rid of their Borrowed Time, and then our Overlord would come directly to the battlefield and follow that up with a Sterling Grove. That would be pretty good. Come on, Shuffler, if you're listening. Please, pretty please. People talk to the Shuffler. And you may think this is silly, but I've heard, this is just hearsay, I've never actually read the research papers, but I've heard of research that has been done. I probably should not talk so much because I'm going to distract myself and then we'll lose and I'll have to blame it on talking too much. Let's get rid of the Indatha Triumph. I think we're good at this point. We'll do a breeding pool for land. Pay the 2 life. we did wind up getting the ley line binding, so that's pretty good. All right. Before we get any further, we will ley line binding and get our overlord back. Oh, you know what? We messed up though. We should have done spelunking because then it would have come the token would have come into play untapped. Okay, that was an unforced error. Womp womp. And then we're gonna show how silly we are, but hey, it all worked out in the end. No attacks. Next turn we start dealing damage maybe? And if things get out of control here on our opponent's board, we do have a split up. Yeah, and we'll even have a bunch of spirit tokens here in a little bit too. Too bad they don't have flying. I think that's the thing our opponent's going for. A lot of flyers. And Paris Blade trainees are like training under the angels. And Elspeth's like, yeah, I'm here. Oh my. So, yep, they're going to get bigger. And more abilities. And she's going to dig. Protect her stuff. Make angels. All sorts of fun stuff. Alright, well, they have life gain now. We're going to have to shoot that out of the sky. And vigilance. Ouch. Okay, so we're dealing 5 damage. That's good. Yes, we need to draw some cards. We will discard the... yeah, let's go with Bitter Reunion. And we've got a spelunking in play already, so let's go Plaza of Heroes. And another spelunking. And we'll play Jetmir's Garden, now untapped. How about another Overlord of the Hauntwoods? And Go Shintai of Shared Purpose. And now full swing at Elspeth, because no. Alright, and then we have 1 mana to pay for Go Shintai of Shared Purpose at the end of our turn. Thanks to Spelunking and Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Yes, please. We'll take 7 1/1s. And now, without any further ado, well, good game, opponent. Thank you very much, Boom Kid. Yeah, we'll take that action. We have to discard, I think we go, the World Tree, I guess, at this point is fine. Lush Portico. We'll ditch the other Lush Portico. Sanctum of Stone Fangs, where were you this whole time? Sanctum of All. Yep, that's fine. Overlord, Unimpended. And Sanctum of Fruitful Harvest, you've been gone so long. And yeah, full swing. And make some more untapped guy. Everywhere lands. And that's Xaxes. Look at that. Nice. Nice. Wow. Shrines. Digging it. Always dug it. Never had a doubt. Never didn't have it, as they say. Let's hop back in and do it one more time. Hopefully a little faster. We didn't hit any of our good shrines early on. Alright, Pet and Gussie is our opponent. I hope Gussie is a good dog. Alright, we have some mana. And, you know, I think this is a keeper. Alright, Triumph first off. Looks good. Alright, our opponent doing some ramping. Let's go ahead and get our life drain going. We don't have a turn 3 play, so let's go ahead and Triumph there, unless they flood the board right now. Okay, well, that changed. So let's Sanctum of Fruitful Harvest. So we got black, white, green there. Green, white there. Alright, so what do we need? Blue? Okay, looks good. Sanctum of Calm Water is going to give us some card advantage. And I think we need red off of Fruitful Harvest next turn, and we can Sanctum of All. And there's Nissa, who shakes the world. Yep. Make some elementals, maybe? Oh, Darksteel Citadel, that's a good land to make into an elemental. Yes, we will draw cards. And we will discard one of you. Red mana, I think, as we discussed. Sanctum of All, before all. Let's go ahead and... we have 2 red mana floating, so yes, we shock in the breeding pool this time for a reason, not as a flex. And we are looking pretty. Look at us. Everything but the white ley line out. And, yeah, it's very colorful. Now, will our opponent rock our world? That is the question. They are tapping very carefully. I am worried. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's a lot of damage. Ow. Okay, well. So we're dealing 5 damage to... man, I guess their face? If it doesn't go face, it has no place. And then what do we need? What do we need here? Do we have anything that we need back from the great? No. Okay, well, I guess we go an army of guys to block these indestructible monsters. Or they just die now. That's also a possibility. Yeah. Alright, good game. That was much faster. Yeah. Hey, thanks for joining us there, Jono. Yeah, it's this is an old favorite of mine. We're revisiting some archetypes that some people like it, some people don't. It's a play style. It's very insular. If we would have drawn our Sterling Groves, that would have been even more insular. I don't know if I'm using that word correctly. I think I am, but you get what I mean. Alright, let's see if we can sneak in one last win in here before we close out the hour with this deck and move on to bigger and better things. Well, maybe not better. I don't know if it's bigger either. Something else. Up against Maihi. Alright, well, we do have fangs. We have card draw and ramp in the form of the Overlord, as well as Leyline Binding, playing very well with that. So let's go. Why, hello, Michi. Michi? Oh, they're gonna mill us. Why is it always the evil people that play mill and say hello? They smile at your face as they stab you in the deck. Well, there goes some of our lands, and we probably would have liked... Oh, and they have the Mesmeric Orb. Fun. Well, as long as they don't mill our Ghost Shintai, we should be okay. Alright, we're gonna mill that, so, for sure, so... Don't get attached. Field of Ruin, huh? Alright, well, what do they got? Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, cool. Well, there's our Ghost Shintai, so fun times abound. Let's get rid of that. That's gotta go. Alright, now maybe we can stabilize. We don't want to be... This is one of those occasions where the May on Sanctum of Calm Waters seems pretty relevant. We may not want to draw a lot of cards. Alright, there goes a bunch more lands. Alright, well, other than our Ghost Shintai hitting the graveyard at this point, I think we're okay. We have enough shrines here in hand, as long as they don't get countered. Oh no, we blanked. Oh, okay, well, maybe we should run at least one or two basic lands. That's a fail to find. Are you kidding me? And they've milled like all of our lands. And at least we can do the Overlord, I guess. Alright, well, this may be a short game after all. Yeah, that's it. Alright, very nice. Good game. I definitely didn't expect that. Boo, mill, boo, exactly. Very, very much boo. It's hurting my feelings. We were okay until they milled our Ghost Shintai, and then let's fix our... that was our bad, not having any basic lands here. We will correct that now. Once again, our opponent is definitely teaching us something. I think we go one less Hushwood Verge there. There we go, there we go. Alright, let's see if we have time for one more game. We can't end on a milled loss. Are you kidding me? That's an argument also for having more than one Ghost Shintai of Life's Origin. But there's just so many situations where it's not gonna stick. What the heck is this? Speaking of Shuffler going nuts. And we can't even impend it, because we don't have a second green source since it's not legendary. Alright, this is much more reasonable, thank you. I feel like we can even afford to pitch the World Tree. And let's go ahead and get the Triumph down. So we want, ideally, another white source here. Let's go ahead and Lush Portico. We're going to keep that as well. So a Merfolk deck, Simic Merfolk. This is probably going to destroy us very quickly as well. Let's go ahead and shock that in. Spelunking and Prey. That was not it. But, you know, redundant Sanctum of Stonefangs, not the worst thing in the world. And we do have Split Up Eventually. Alright, more merfolk here to slit our throats and toss us into the briny deep. Or whatever is the lily pad covered whatever is going on there. Alright, this comes into play untapped, thank you. And I think we can safely go split up untap or slate that tapped. Definitely tapped. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's slow that down a bit. That way we're maybe only taking 2. Yeah, they seem to be looking at our spelunking like they want to kill something, and we only have the one thing for them to kill. Alright, well, we don't mind a plaza of heroes here. Let's go ahead and get down 1 stone fang, and vigorous farming. And let's see if they destroy that shrine there. We're bouncing back to our hand. That would be annoying. More tokens. And we drew another spelunk. Okay. Alright. So they got 2 of those. And now the silver gill. What's killing us the fastest, do you think? Alright, well. Let's see what we draw. Sterling Grove, not bad. I think we're dead, though. Good game. They're dead. Dead on board the merfolk. Who saw? I think we foresaw that coming. Alright, well, I never said it won every game it ever played. I said it was a fun deck to play if you're in the mood for something like I'm in my zone, I'm over here, I'm doing my thing, no touching. That being said, yeah, if you're joining us on YouTube, please give us a like, subscribe, you know, all that good stuff. If you're here in chat, please, you know, keep us on our toes, you know. If we're making some moves maybe we shouldn't, you know. If we're missing out on some key cards we should have in our deck, you know, keep in mind I don't have a play set of everything. I'm still working on my collection. But yeah. So love one another, be cool, don't be a jerk, and have fun playing Magic the Gathering.